Hello, hello, hello.
Hey! Welcome back to this episode of the King Smith Podcast. I'm your host, Nathan Smith, with
Zach King.
And we've got a pretty unorganized episode.
Honestly, it is. Welcome to our mid-season-ish reactions to the NFL season so far.
Wah wah.
This is coming. I know this is coming out like at the tail end of like week 12, so it's a few weeks past mid-season.
I mean, it's still kind of depending on how you count it. I mean, if you're counting the playoffs, we're technically mid-season.
Technically, but
So,
yeah,
I think we're mid-season enough.
Yeah, we are firmly in the later half of the season. I'll say
Firmly.
firmly.
Very firmly.
Yeah. So this is just gonna be us talking about our teams, maybe a couple other teams we find interesting. So Nathan,
Yeah.
what is your general reaction to the Packers season so far?
Okay. 2 weeks ago, I would have said we have no chance. But now, after our latest W on Thanksgiving, I'm like, I think we are the top of the in the hunt teams for the NFC North.
You guys are winning your division.
What's that?
You guys are winning your division.
We may not, but I think we technically are the top right now.
The top of the day in the hunt.
I think.
We'll see.
It depends on the Lions. I mean, I don't know what the Lions, what they're at right now.
They're like 8-3 or something like that. Hold on, let me double check.
I was gonna say I checked the stuff the other day, and for their section of the division, they were. See, this is what happens. We start like looking stuff up.
Yeah. Excuse us while we glean information.
I do like to glean. Okay, they're number 3 in the NFC North, behind the Vikings and the Lions.
Hey, the Lions look good. I'll say that. The Lions actually look
The
good.
Lions actually do look good. Actually, I do wish the best for Jared Goff.
You're right.
He's finally on a team that likes him.
Sort of, maybe, kind of, yeah.
Well, a coach that likes him.
The coach that likes him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah. Your team could get into the playoffs very easily. If the Packers play their cards right, they could. But I don't think they can afford more than one loss.
I don't think we can afford a loss right now. I think we pretty much have to win out the rest of the year.
And you're playing Kansas City, I know, once.
Yeah, but we're performing better now.
Mm-hmm.
And if Taylor Swift shows up...
You're done. If Taylor Swift shows up, you're done.
Yeah, if Taylor Swift
if Taylor's
is
there, you're done.
Game over. But if
Travis
Taylor,
is just like, hey, look, it's my girlfriend.
If
All the
Taylor
touchdowns.
Swift isn't there, then
You have a slightly more chance.
I'll say it's a 40%.
Uh-huh.
Given how the Chiefs have been losing to randomly stupid teams here in the past 3 or 4 weeks.
Philly's a good team, and I have no excuse for the Broncos.
The Broncos.
I'm not going to try.
Neither do I, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to try.
Well, the Broncos, they came back after that. I think the embarrassment was enough that they...
They came... I think it took till they beat the Packers to really, for Sean Payton to get that team into focus.
Well, I think Sean Payton... I don't know why it took so long.
He's a better coach than people give him credit for, but he's still not the best coach.
Yeah. No, I agree with that statement, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but then again, we've also beat the coaches to death and everything. Right. Also, I wanted to revisit something. We were talking about the coaches the other day.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers' old head coach, when Brett Favre was around, what's his face?
He's in Dallas now. I can.
No, not McCarthy.
Not McCarthy.
He died. The guy who died. Packers Head coach.
Mike Holmgren?
Yes, Mike Holmgren. Have you seen his coaching tree?
It's massive, dude.
Looks like a
Guess who's on
Andy Reid. Andy Reid's on Andy Reid was a Michael Holmgren guy.
He actually worked with Brett Favre for a little bit.
He did for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Is he dead? No, he's 75. He's still alive.
He's still there.
I thought he died. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Nope, he's still here.
My goodness. Oh, he was the coach of the Seahawks till 2008.
Everybody forgets about that.
I forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wait,
yeah.
did he? So, what's his coaching tree? Mike, let me look at coaching tree. Who was all in on that?
Andy Reid.
Oh, I know that. Oh, the Pro Football History website, I think, has it. Wait, why doesn't he come back and coach? He totally could.
He could.
He'd
but
rip up the league too if he came back.
There are certain like coaching styles that have faded out of the league.
Right.
And I think that's what happened to Mike Holmgren. And Cowboys fans, don't kill me. That was happening with Tom Landry when he got fired.
Look at that.
Now, should Tom Landry have been fired? No. But
I
also,
don't think so either.
I'm
But
sorry,
it was also the best thing that happened.
it is the best thing to happen to Dallas because that's what spurred their multi-year reign.
Okay, so on Pro Football History, his coaching record, his coaching parents were George Seifert and Bill Walsh,
Mhm.
which, okay, that's good. But his kids, the people that he trained, were John Gruden, who's a great coach. He should not have been the only one fired for that situation. But John Gruden, Dick Jarin, Steve Mariucci, Marty Mornhinweg, Andy Reid, Ray Rhodes, Mike Sherman, and Jim Zorn.
Yeah.
He's got people everywhere, man.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, his most successful coaching child would probably have been Andy. Andy and Bill Walsh.
Andy and Bill Walsh
were up there.
Yeah. It could have been John Gruden.
It could have
Could
been.
have been John Gruden. I think there's room for him to come back now at this point, but
Probably. Now that. Oh, by the way,
yeah.
Washington fans. I meant to do this in our beginning of the season video, but I didn't. Washington fans, rejoice! The bad man is gone.
Oh no! Wait, who left?
Dan Snyder, their owner.
Oh, thank God. Well, you know why?
Because he sucked.
Well, they're getting sued right now.
Well, yeah.
Did you see that? They changed the name. They went from the Redskins to the Washington football team to the Commandalorians.
That would actually be a cooler name than what they have
I
now.
know, the Washington Commanders. How is
That's
it
the
that
most-
the Commanders is more racist than the Redskins?
I have no idea. Anyway, but yes, Washington fans,
Isn't that the
rejoice.
point?
Rejoice! The bad man is gone. You
Thank you, God.
no longer have to deal with Dan Snyder's Stank.
Snagginess.
stank.
Golly, man. he
Your
deserves that.
your field, however, is still probably-
Replace it. Bomb it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Washington fans.
Change it.
FedEx Field is probably the worst field to play on.
How many careers ended and people almost died on that field?
Let's see,
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith,
Rogers' paper mache collarbone started there, I think, right?
Yeah,
Is that right?
I think so. Yeah, Rogers. Fun bit of history fact. I think this is, if I remember right, it was Alex Smith's injury happened 33 years to the day that Joe Theismann's did.
That's right. But Joel Theismann wasn't able to come back.
He wasn't able to come back, and Alex Smith was lucky to come back at all.
Well, he was lucky to even. I mean, he was lucky to make it to the hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, well, maybe not quite that bad at that point.
Not that bad, but he's lucky to.
He was lucky to live.
Yeah.
Much less come back in the NFL and actually do a fairly good job. They got to the second round of the playoffs that year.
Yep.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Like,
Anyway, but
that's a good comeback.
Mhm. Not to mention all the scandals and all that junk, but he's gone.
Alex Smith.
No, Alex Smith, Dan Singer.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah, but
It's like
Alex
I think Alex
Smith.
Smith had any.
Alex Smith is one of the better quarterbacks to come out.
Well, he was good at reading defenses.
He was
Which
helped Mahomes.
that made Mahomes.
Right.
Like, oh my goodness. Alex Smith is the most underrated quarterback of all time ever in the history of the game. I mean, seriously. He trained Mahomes,
Right.
and Mahomes had Andy Reid as well, which, oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Hey.
You're
hey,
welcome.
Hey.
Mike Holmgren.
Uh-huh.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It took Brett Favre.
And how long ago was that? You
Hey,
were a baby.
You
You
know
were
what?
in diapers.
You know what? I wasn't even in
I remember
existence.
Tyler Thigpen.
You weren't even alive when Brett Favre started in the NFL.
Actually, yes, I was. Actually, no.
No, he started in the early 90s.
But I'm still older than you.
Mike
too.
Holmgren trained Andy Reid, who in turn trained Mr. Patty, along with Alex Smith.
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying, that's kind of interesting, that tree. Now that I think about it, Pat Mahomes is the product of a
Right.
family history. The DNA of the Mahomes family is sports.
Right.
And they weren't necessarily walk-offs. They played good too.
Because if you look at Patrick Mahomes, senior, star baseball
He
player,
was a beast.
you look at Patrick, he was a multi-sport star pretty much since he was 12.
Right. Oh my goodness. So he's got all the Mahomitude.
The TikToker that shall not be named.
Taylor Swift?
No.
Travis Kelce?
No. His brother Jackson.
Jackson Kelsey?
No. You're such an idiot. This is what I have to live with, y'all.
He signed up for it. The legal documents right there.
You signed up for it too. I can't say that.
You can say it, I don't care.
But anyway, Jackson Mahomes was also a basketball star before he got into Tough Talk and doing things that aren't necessarily the best.
What did he do?
Doing something that's not necessarily the best.
Okay, that's because I don't even know. But anyways, so Patrick Mahomes is like, he is the product of like 30 years of NFL.
Uh-huh.
And sports in general. I mean, so many different things set him up for success. He has no reason to lose.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers found a way.
Well, Aaron Rodgers had a paper mache Achilles heel, so.
I'm surprised his whole body isn't made of paper mache.
No, see, people are like, oh, he's old. I'm like, no, he could have another 3 or 4 years left in the league. I mean, if he's like Tom Brady, which I think he will be, he'll still have, he could have another Super Bowl or two in him.
He
So,
could, but I doubt it.
he almost talked Mr. Beast Mode into coming back.
He almost did.
He almost did. I think Marshawn would also. I think he would rip it up too, though, if he came back. Woo!
Alright.
I'm sorry. We totally tangented, but
We tangented, but it worked out.
that was a good tangent.
But yeah.
You're welcome. Mike Coleman.
You're welcome. That my team's owner's dad got Lombardi's name on the trophy. Little bit of NFL history there.
Yeah, that's right. That actually was. Because you guys lost.
Hey, Tom Landry was a good coach.
I like Tom Landry.
Not Tom Landry, Vince Lombardi.
Tom-
I meant Vince Lombardi. But
I know.
Landry's also a good coach.
I was like, Tom Landry was the other one that we were talking about, but.
Landry's a good coach.
Wait, who was the head coach of the Chiefs at that point in time?
Hank Stram.
Chris Hagstrom. Okay. Wow. That was 1962. What was the first Super Bowl?
It was mid 60s, I think. It was like 66 or 67. Because the NFL and the AFL merged at the end of the 1969 season.
1967.
Ah. Yeah, but the first Super Bowl was technically
Wow.
before the NFL and AFL officially merged. It wouldn't have been until after the.
It was after the third or fourth bowl, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I think it was after. It was. I think it was. So let's see. Yeah, it was after the third.
Pardon us while we try to figure out
Sorry.
ourselves.
Yeah, it was after. It would have been after the third or around the third Super Bowl that they officially merged.
Right.
That's the year the Jets won the Super Bowl.
That's right. The Jets won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, one. Then they progressively got worse until they butt fumbled.
The butt fumble.
And then that's just been stinking up their entire franchise ever since.
The butt fumble has been stinking up their entire franchise.
It's like an old ghost that just doesn't go away.
The butt fumble was stinking up the rest of the existence.
Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong?
Who was the quarterback at the time when that happened? He wasn't a bad quarterback.
Mark Sanchez. Don't ask how I know this. I know a lot of things.
Why do you know? I can't even remember what I ate for breakfast.
I'm an NFL historian. It's just in the Rolodex in my head.
I gotta find this file. Gotta go to
you know
label X.
You know, sometimes when we get a look into SpongeBob's head and it's just a bunch of like filing cabinets.
Yeah.
That's what's in my head. It's just random crap. Oh hey, that might be a useful piece of information.
Let's see. What if the fire starts then? What happens then?
Oh, ship's going down. And you're coming down with me.
No, I ain't got memory left.
Anyway.
So.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So, my team is looking poised to have like one of the top seeds in the AFC. I'll say that.
Okay, but if they make it to the playoffs, well, they're going to the playoffs.
They're going to the playoffs.
Once they get into the playoffs, it ain't going to be any more easy teams.
Oh no!
This year, it's like, oh my gosh, we got freaking beast mode teams everywhere.
Here's the thing: the NFC is incredibly top heavy. If you look at it, like from talents, like a team standpoint.
Yeah.
Because you got the Eagles, San Francisco, Dallas, and
the Cowgirls.
You got those three teams that are constantly at the top.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really usually just San Francisco and Philly because Dallas finds a way to lose.
Right.
Constantly. It impresses me how many times Dallas finds a way to lose.
This is
and
true.
That's the only impressive thing about you guys. It's you guys find a way. But yeah, it's just usually those three teams that are in the regular season that are just... And the AFC is just...
The AFC, well, the Bengals they're not the team that they were.
No.
They're not. Without Joe Burrow, they're nothing.
Yeah, I'll talk about the Bengals here in a second. But yeah, the AFC is just littered with
the Eagles.
The Eagles are in the NFC.
Oh yeah, sorry, they're NFC. You're right, yeah. I mean, I focus on it, but I don't focus on it permanent. I like the Eagles.
I like the Eagles too.
But, okay, Jason Kelce is one of my favorite players.
Yep. Not just because he's Travis's brother, but you know.
No, it's because he's actually a decent human being.
Yeah.
Isn't he like in the running for the sexiest man ever or something like that?
He was. Yeah, I think he was a runner-up. I don't think he actually...
Did he actually? Wait a minute. I kind of want to see this.
Excuse my co-host while he's...
Jason Kelce.
While he's looking up the sexiest man alive.
He's a finalist.
He's a finalist. Anyway.
He made People magazine. He made the tabloids, guys.
He made the tabloids.
Good job, Jason.
Although I think half of that is because his brother is dating, Taylor.
I don't necessarily know about that. I think that started before Taylor Swift.
Anyway, moving on. But yeah, the AFC is littered with good teams. But you mentioned the Bengals.
Oh, man.
And you're right. They're kind of nothing without Joe Burrow.
They don't have any good backup. I shouldn't say that. They don't have any great backup cues. They got guys that can go out there for a couple throws, but they ain't got any, for every Aaron Rodgers, there's got to be a Matthew Flynn, right?
Right.
Which Matt Flynn, if he was given a good season and a good roster, he could tear it up. He was a good quarterback, but he wasn't 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, here's the thing.
They didn't have that in the Bengals.
Yeah, I sort quarterbacks into three categories. I'll narrow it down to three. The All-Stars, which they'll get you. They will get you. You are guaranteed one Super Bowl with them.
Right.
One Super Bowl win. You are probably guaranteed several Super Bowl appearances. And maybe more Super Bowl wins. Actually, I'm not going to do 4. So, the All-Stars, the realm above that, which is League of Their Own, which you are guaranteed multiple Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Which I think Patrick Mahomes is in a league of his own. I'd say Joe Burrow is in a league of his own.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
And I'd actually put Jalen Hurts in a
I
league of his own.
was about to say Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I put Jalen Hurts. And, of course, and then there's the All-Stars. Josh Allen, you're probably going to you might get one Super Bowl out of him. Aaron Rodgers, of course, you'll probably get one.
Yeah, he might get one more.
He might get one more.
I would even throw Dak in there, even though he's kind of...
He's fringe.
He's in the fringe. Yeah.
His
first couple of years, he was... Well, really, his first year till his injury.
Right.
He hasn't been the same since that ankle injury.
Yeah. Number 3 is middle-of-the-road quarterbacks. They'll probably get you to a Super Bowl. You might win it, you might not.
And then you've got...
And then you've just got the bottom tier. You're
whoever's at the Buccaneers, right?
You are a guaranteed backup who probably can play well for 2 or 3 throws, and then has to come out because they start to throw interceptions.
So here's a question.
Yes.
And I think maybe it's too early in this player's career.
Uh-huh.
Where would you throw Jordan Love?
Well, if you asked me 2 weeks ago, I would have been like, okay, he's backup material. I'd honestly say at this point he's probably a middle-of-the-road quarterback. He'll get you the wins. He'll get you to the playoffs.
Okay.
And that's the same. That's the same ranking I give Alex Smith. He was a middle-of-the-road quarterback. He'll get you to the playoffs. He might be able to get you to the Super Bowl if you surround him with enough talent to do that.
Right.
I'd actually classify San Francisco's quarterback they have right now, Brock Purdy, as the middle-of-the-road quarterback. You surround him with enough talent, you'll get to the playoffs and be able
I
to
think
get
Brock
you to the
Purdy
Super Bowl.
could make it happen too. I think he's got enough in him.
You're right.
I would throw Zach Wilson mid-range between mid and all-star.
Right.
Because it really depends on the game. And
Right.
if Travis Kelce's mom was there. That was a great meme. I don't care what you say.
That's a good one.
That one was funny. Oh.
But
He's a good quarterback, though.
He's a good quarterback.
He needs time.
A lot of quarterbacks, a lot of middle of the road quarterbacks could have been all-stars if they had been given proper coaching and, time to develop.
Oh, that's where I think that's the direction Love is headed. I think next year he's just gonna pop off because every game he's just been consistently better. And the game against the Lions here last week, over Thanksgiving was, I mean, holy crap.
Yeah, he's doing
He was good. I'm just saying, he was good.
You're right.
Wasn't he?
He was good.
Yeah. So, if him and Christian Watson
Yeah.
can keep developing, and if the other two or three, okay, Rajul Douglas and a couple others, if they can keep going, that young team is going to turn into a very nice fine wine in the next 2 years. I think it'll be 2 years before the Packers go back to playoff super status. I think it's gonna be 2 years.
You're right. Yeah, but
Chiefs might go to the Dome this year. They might go all the way, but
yeah. But going back to the Bengals for a second, because I did say Joe Burrow was a one-of-a-kind player, and he is. You know
he
who?
is.
And this is just my opinion, y'all. This is just my opinion.
I'm happy to critique it.
Yeah, most of what we say here is our opinion. Yes, we differ in opinions on some things.
What? We have different opinions.
Oh my gosh.
No! Oh, we have a different opinion. Woo! Sorry, I had to get my run on.
He had to get his run on. Anyway, but yeah. And this is just my opinion. But if Joe Burrow and the Bengals, I'm going to place most of the blame on the Bengals, but if Joe Burrow and the Bengals are not careful, Burrow's going to end up like Andrew Luck. What do I mean by that?
Yeah.
What do I mean by that? If y'all remember who
Yeah.
Andrew Luck is,
No, for real.
he got drafted in, I think, 2012, 2013. I think it was 2012.
Andrew Luck. Yep, he did.
I think it was 2012. He retired in 2019.
Not because of skill or ability.
Not because he lost skill or ability, but because he lost the will to play.
He lost the will to survive.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. He
I
got
don't
beat
blame
to
him.
death.
You look at his retirement interview. He looked
done.
He looked done.
I mean, he looked really done.
Now, you look at Joe Burrow. He has plenty of mojo, plenty of moxie, plenty of you hit me, I'll hit back.
That's gonna wear off, though.
That's gonna wear off.
You're not gonna be young forever.
So did Andrew Luck.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna last forever. Eventually, the pain your body receives from all these injuries is gonna outweigh your will to play. Not will to live, will to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look at Andrew Luck that last interview. He looked done.
He looks so tired.
And
I haven't seen a player look that tired in a long time.
I haven't seen a player look that tired at 7 years in.
He wasn't even 30.
He wasn't even 30.
Was he 30? How old was he?
I think he was 29. He wasn't even 30. He was 28 or 29.
Wait, he could still come back.
He could. But he's not going to because he doesn't.
Sorry, I keep looking things up because I'm that guy.
Yeah.
He's 34.
He's 34. He could come back and have a decent 5 or 6 year career, honestly.
What's he doing now? Oh, he's coaching for the Palo Alto High School.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, but
He's got to have some good money, though.
But I hate to say it because Joe Burrow is a fantastic player.
I think they need to trade him.
You keep getting Joe Burrow beat up like this. And this isn't even just because he has a bad offensive line. But yeah,
The NFC,
the AFC North is just, I don't know, like, okay,
it's insane.
every divisional game, the teams are gonna beat up on each other a little bit.
Right.
The AFC North takes it to a freaking another level.
Well, it's because they've got every good. Of course, okay, in the past 5 to, well, maybe even 10 years, they've had almost every single good draft that you could get.
Uh-huh.
And so, and the coaches just know better what they're doing. Because if you look at the NFC has a lot of baby coaches.
Uh-huh.
And when I mean baby, I mean they're wimps.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm a Packer fan all the way, but fire Matt LaFleur. I'm sorry, I can't with Matt anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love the idea of having a young team and building them up and everything,
Right.
but guys, come on. I mean, we just dropped a player a couple weeks ago, our CB. What was his name?
You'll think of it in a minute.
Packers release CB. Our transactions. Oh yeah, Corey Ballantyne. Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is.
Who was it that we got rid of?
Did you get rid of Rasul Douglas? I thought you got rid of him.
Was it Rasul? Oh yeah, it was Rasul Douglas. Yeah. Who was the other guy? Who was our? Oh, that's right. Darnell Savage got thrown on IR.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, I can't.
And there are a lot of young coaches in the NFL.
What's the youngest coach?
No idea. But yeah, there are a lot of young coaches in the NFL.
I'll look it up. You keep talking.
And I get it. That you're a young coach. You're trying to make a name for yourself, but come on.
Some of them, it's pretty depressing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here is youngest to eldest. Sean McVay is the youngest, 36. Although he's not doing bad.
No, he's not.
Kevin O'Connell for the Vikings, he's all right. I like Kevin O'Connell. I like O'Connell and McVay. Shane Steichen for the Colts, they're in. DeMeco Ryan, he's schmeh.
Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel is looking awesome right now because they decided to absolutely murder the Broncos out of nowhere. But Zach Taylor, Brandon Staley.
Brandon Staley's on the hot seat. You cannot tell me anything different.
The Chargers should be better. They're good players. They usually can eke it out, but they should be better. Nick Sirianni with the Eagles. He's 41. Now we're in the middle of everything. Matt LaFleur is 43. But he's, this is his first, I think this is his first time head coaching a team is with the Packers.
Yeah.
He was head coach for a college team before that, and that college team did not do well. Wow. Doug Peterson, I like him.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been fired.
They never should have fired him. Although he's really having to work on the Jaguars.
Eagles, thank you for firing Andy Reid. Thank you.
Doug Peterson and Andy Reid should have never been fired. But I think them firing Andy Reid made Andy Reid a better coach.
Right. Over long term, I think it made him a better coach.
And it set the Chiefs up. So
that, and he got the first really talented quarterback he's had since Brett Favre. Well, he had Vic for a little bit.
That's right. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, well, Michael Vick was.
Vic was at the tail end of his peak, I think.
Man, he had a 3-year span where he was everything, and then he just overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Broncos quarterback.
Russell Wilson?
Yeah, Russ. What's his deal, man? Like, he was good, and then I think ever since that Super Bowl loss, he just...
Oh, okay. Let it be on the record. Let it be on record. In my opinion, they should have never thrown that frickin' ball.
Run the ball! You have beast mode in the backfield.
You had the top running back in the league in your backfield, and you're like, oh, we're going to let Russ cook, and he throws up a duck.
He throws an interception, lets the Patriots win another bowl.
Right.
Which, I love you, Tom Brady, but what in the world?
You have to admit that Tom Brady looked out in that particular Super Bowl.
Oh,
Because if they had run it with beast mode,
the Sea Chickens handed it to him.
they handed it to him.
They went back, 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 right out there and gave it right to him because they were too chicken to run the ball.
Right.
You had Marshawn Lynch.
And if you go back and look at the stats for that game, the Patriots could not do anything to stop Lynch.
No, they were totally getting burned by him every step of the way. Did you watch the Club Shay Shay podcast?
Yeah.
With not Richard Sherman, Beast Mode.
Yeah.
Marshawn. Oh my gosh. He said he came off the field, he just took all his stuff off and went straight to the locker room, laughed at Pete Carroll.
Yeah, I don't know who made that final call.
I would have. I'd have been like, out.
I would have. But I, like, in terms of passing that, if I were Pete Carroll...
Oh, I see what you mean.
If I were Pete Carroll, I would have been right next to my
Marshawn did.
I would have been right next to my offensive coordinator going like, what you thinking? What you thinking? Pass? No. Run.
Well, okay. Look at the sideline footage of that.
Right.
And you could see him debating.
Right.
He's debating it. But it's like, dude, how is that even a debate? Like,
right. You are on...
Run the ball.
You are on the 1 yard line. All you have to do is just punch it in.
You could push him across the line.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. Like, worst push comes to shove, you just send him over the freaking center. Have him jump. He could Lambo leap it into the end zone.
It's not that hard of a... That was the single most...
I think that was the dumbest play call of all time.
I think I had Richard Sherman's face on my face almost exactly. I was just like...
Everyone had that face.
You're just like, what in the world?
He went from, to... And there was
like,
only, like a minute and a half left or something?
Right.
Or two? Like...
It was like down to... I think it was down to like the final minute.
You can't do anything with that in the Super Bowl.
Right.
The game's done at that point.
Right.
Like, what were they doing?
They weren't playing... They weren't using their heads.
Well, Pete Carroll should have been thrown on probation. I'm sorry. I'm getting animated. Pete Carroll should have been on probation. Ooh. If you look at the interview that Richard Sherman had with Pete Carroll, and Richard Sherman asked him about that, and you could tell it was... Richard Sherman actually stopped himself from talking. Right.
Because Richard would have been like,
so mad.
You are such an idiot. I would have straight up just fired Pete Carroll. I'm like, you...
If I were the owner, I would have called... If I were the owner, I would have called Pete and said, you change that play right now. You call a timeout, you change it.
Right.
Like, I don't care. And he wouldn't hold Russ accountable either.
Right.
He wouldn't hold Russ accountable.
Right. Anyway.
But
yeah.
Now the Sea Chickens are paying for it right now.
Yeah.
They are very much... They're trying to get another Legion of Boom.
Right.
But you're never going to find that draft picks again. He wasted it. He got one Super Bowl out of him. He could have had 3.
Yeah, he should have had 2. Could have had 3.
Could have had 3. Should have had 2.
See, plays like that make me mad because it's just like you think you're trying to outsmart them, and you end up just looking stupid.
Yeah. Well, and you have Malcolm Butler right there. I mean, he was insane. He was like the best. Was it corner or safety he played?
Mm-hmm.
He was the best one in the league. Like, how do you throw a pass call?
Right.
That was a bog standard play that they'd done 1,000 times, that they won 1,000 games with, down at the wire like that. You don't think that the Patriots aren't going to look at that footage? Especially given Deflategate
Well, Deflategate
and Spygate and all the gates that they had.
You think they wouldn't have been prepared for something like that?
The only gate they didn't have was a tailgate. So,
anyway, we kind of got out on a tangent.
yeah, I know.
Going back to the Bengals for a minute. So, before Joe Burrow was injured, they were 5-4. They ended up losing that game to Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
So they were 5-5. Even if Joe Burrow was healthy, that's a tough hole to climb out of. Burrow could have done it.
He could have done it. It would have been hard.
Burrow could have done it. But if you're 5-5, you can only afford 1 or 2 more losses. And even then, it's gonna in the AFC, it's gonna be tough to get in with a 10-7 record.
They're not the team they were though when they went to the Super Bowl.
No.
They're not. They made some trades, and I don't know if they weren't bad, but they weren't.
Oh, excuse me. But yeah,
Nah, you good.
you cannot just look at that. You cannot look at a 5-5 record and at least in some part of your brain be like, that's a tough hole to climb out of.
You know who might sneak up into the Super Bowl?
Who?
The Minnesota Vikings. And as a Packers fan, that pains me to no end to say. I think the Vikings have a very, very good chance of making it all the way. Especially given how everything with their quarterback situation went.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they went from, what was his face?
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, they went from Kirk Cousins, who is a top-tier all-star quarterback. He's in your top list there. He went from top to, he's hurt.
Bless you.
And wherever he goes next year is going to benefit.
Uh-huh.
But Joshua Dobbs coming in,
Uh-huh.
I mean, they went from the same level of player to the same level of player. And he was killing it with, who was it? He was with San Francisco, right? Or no, Arizona.
He was with
the Cardinals. And he was killing it with the Cardinals, which is, I think the Cardinals are still doing all right now.
They're doing all right. Because they got Kyler Murray back there, starting QB, who's not bad.
Kyler Murray's good. He just needs to stop playing Call of Duty.
But yeah.
But Josh Dobbs is a great quarterback. I'm glad that they got him. I'm glad the Vikings got him because I think. Well, like he was like teaching them his cadence and everything when he had the first game.
Yeah, I will say, Josh Dobbs and Kirk Cousins. You're right. They're in that middle of the road. Could get you to a Super Bowl.
I don't know. I think they're all-star.
I'll say middle of the road.
Okay, fair enough.
I have reason to doubt. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
I have reason to doubt them. Kirk Cousins has his prime time issues, I'll say it that way, and then Josh Dobbs has been bouncing around the league for his entire career.
Yeah, but I think he finally landed.
I think
he finally landed.
But I would say they are at least middle of the road where they'll get you to the Super Bowl, and they're fringe all-star. I say you're not guaranteed to get a Super Bowl out of them, but they'll give you a fighting chance.
I think they can sneak up on it, man. They've just been kind of chipping away in the background. They don't really get talked about, but I think they can do it.
But yeah.
They're 7-3 right now, I think.
I think they have 4 losses.
Is it?
excuse us while both of us look this up.
I think they're a little better now. They're second in the NFC North. Where's the standings? I also just drove by the Vikings practice stadium there in St. Paul. Driving up to Wisconsin. So the Vikings are 6-5. Packers are 5-6. Lions are top 8-3. I don't know how.
The Lions are actually a good team now. That's how.
Well, I think if the Lions went to the playoffs, they would lose in the first round because they've had such an easy year.
Yeah, the toughest game has been the Chiefs, and the Chiefs. It was more the Chiefs lost.
The Chiefs just.
It was more the Chiefs.
Shellacked them.
Well, it was more the Chiefs lost that game than the.
Didn't they beat them?
No, I'm talking about the Lions. You're thinking of the Vikings.
Didn't the Chiefs beat the Lions?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought they.
They lost by 1 point, but
I thought they shellacked.
even then, it's more the Chiefs lost that game than the Lions won.
Okay, fair. Well, I don't know. I don't remember the game. Are you sure? I thought the Chiefs won.
Nathaniel, I'm the Chiefs fan
Okay,
here.
I'm sorry. I thought
You just be quiet.
Lions record. I hate the Lions. I won't lie, but
Yeah.
I'm glad the Packers beat them.
Everybody knows.
I think everyone's happy that the Packers beat the Lions. Just to remind them.
Mm-hmm.
You stay there. You stay in Detroit.
Send them to Detroit.
All right.
Anyway.
That's time, I think.
I think we're going to end this episode here. One final thought. I know we keep getting off track and then going back to the Bengals. But just one final thought on the Bengals is this season is going to look really bad for them.
It's going to be embarrassing.
And I think it looks bad for them because of a few reasons. One, their coach isn't that good of a coach. And number two, Joe Burrow started the season off hurt,
And then he got more hurt.
and then he got more hurt. But if they had rested him, chances are by the time he got re-hurt,
That could have been a permanent hurt.
Yeah, by the time he got hurt again, by the time he got permanent hurt, he could have been back. You could have had if not this same exact record, a similar record.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Similar record. You might have a couple more wins, a couple more losses.
Yep.
Whatever. But then he's back 100%. No guarantees he doesn't get hurt, but
yeah.
You
just don't know.
There's a better chance that he's not gonna be in that. Yeah, he's out for the rest of the season, type of thing. And he is, to Bengals fans and to Joe Burrow fans, I'm gonna say he is speeding. He's going at the speed of light towards an Andrew Luck type of career where he's in the league for 6 or 7 years. He looks good, but he gets hurt constantly because his offensive line sucks. And by the time he gets a good offensive line, by the time he gets this is what the mistake was the Indianapolis Colts made with Andrew Luck.
Yes, absolutely.
By the time Andrew Luck got a good offensive line, you could tell he was done. So this is a warning to the Bengals as much as it is a concern.
Mm-hmm.
You wait too long. Get the offensive line fixed, or trade Burrow.
Keaton come to the Packers. I like Jordan Love. I want to see him develop, but
Yeah, you just want your third straight Hall of Famer from.
Well, we might already have him, but
maybe, but
Favre, straight to Rodgers. Like 40 years worth of great quarterbacks.
Yeah, but if by chance Joe Burrow sees this, Joe, you see this.
Joe.
You see this. This is not
Joe Burrow, we love you.
We love you.
Tell your coach to draft, or your GM to draft some linemen.
This is, at this point, we're not a Packers fan in the street fan. We're just a couple of concerned football fans.
Yeah.
Joe,
Don't die.
If you see this, dude, your first option is telling them to draft offensive lineman. Your second option is saying, okay, you're not listening to me, trade me so I can go to a team with an offensive line where I can actually compete more than 1 year. One or 2 years. Anyway.
Alright.
I think that's gonna be the end.
That's all we got. That's all I got.
That's all I got for this episode.
Alright. Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Have fun.
See ya in the next episode. Well, you'll see us.
We'll see ya when we see ya. Which
Yeah.
is technically the next episode.
Yeah. So, see you guys later.
Bye.
Have a good whatever time you're listening.
Happy, merry,
Whatever.
Synchronous.
Happy holidays. Whatever holiday it is we're celebrating at the time.
Congratulations. Bye.
Peace.